Hi, today is July 13th, 2026, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 1078 for the year Totemic Mystery. O strange object sprouted out of the sidewalk, with mysterious markings that must mean something, but what? What are you trying to tell me, magnificent Murray Hill totem? Have you come to warn me or to demand tribute? Are you a puzzle I am charged with solving? Do you hold the keys to the universe or the secrets of salvation? If only I could unravel your cryptic messages. If only I could learn your lessons. If only I weren't late for an appointment, because I'm inclined to stand here until all is revealed, O great totemic mystery of Murray Hill. Poem number 1079, A Toadstool for Saint Suckling. It was foolish of the townspeople to elevate a pig to sainthood, but once they recognized their folly, they committed an even greater one, presenting to Saint Suckling as a boon a toadstool picked from the windy woods. A company was formed to brave the perilous winds and cross the windy paths and carefully choose a toadstool that they hoped would undo their mistake. But Saint Suckling was no fool, and he threw the toadstool back in their faces and stuck apples in all of their mouths and roasted them over bone fire made from the skeletons of the unfaithful. Some say Saint Suckling committed a grievous sin, but never would they say so to his face, and none dared openly oppose the pig ever again. And Saint Suckling lived out his days, dining on human flesh, in pious blasphemy. Poem number 1080, Pet the Woodcock. Pet the woodcock, she said to me as the round little bird hopped onto our picnic blanket. He loves to be stroked. After some trepidation and hesitation, I ventured a couple of fingers forward and lightly touched the timber doodle's head and both his wings. Then the woodcock spiraled high into the air while making the most curious sounds. Suddenly, some strange and sticky liquid landed languidly on my head. My picnicking friend laughed heartily and said, "It's not bird shit. It's supposed to be good luck." And this turned out to be true, so despite my initial reservations, I'm glad I decided to pet the woodcock. Poem number 1081, Ordinary Household Objects, inspired by a Stephanie Valente prompt. The ordinary household objects sat in cupboards, reclined in drawers, dried in the dish rack, rested on the stove top, hung out in dark closets, and generally tried to accept that they were not extraordinary, that they were merely ordinary. One day a spoon gave a speech. "Friends, it is true, we are not like the Ming vase next door, or the great works of art that adorn the walls of some of the apartments uptown. We may not have great monetary value, we may not matter much to those who use us, but if we can love and appreciate each other and ourselves for what we are, then doesn't that make us extraordinary?" After a moment or two, the broom answered, "No, I don't think so. I think we remain ordinary household objects, and that our jealousy and fear of missing out are more than justified, given our condition and circumstances." None of the other household objects said a word, but it seemed sadly clear that most of them agreed with the broom. And the last poem of the day, poem number 1082, more blank than the last. One expression that I've always thought is stupid is each more blank than the last, as in the parade floats floated by, each more spectacular than the last. All this means is that the shittiest float was first, followed by the second shittiest, and so on. Since we are not told how spectacular any of the floats actually are, then all we have learned is that the floats went by in descending order of their shittiness and nothing more. I don't know why I seem to be the only person troubled by this. Perhaps I should also note that I seldom watch parades, as I find the floats to be not only shitty, but also boring and stupid. Perhaps this says more about me than it does about parades, but perhaps it doesn't. All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you.